Out of every weird thing humans do, talking might be the strangest. Think about it, no other animal can tell another, "Hey, remember that time last week when I lost my keys?" or write a breakup song about it. Birds can sing, dolphins whistle, monkeys scream at bananas, but none of them give motivational speeches or gossip about the neighbor's new haircut. Language is our ultimate cheat code. It's what lets us plan, dream, lie, cry, flirt, and complain about Mondays. Without it, there's no TikTok drama, no bedtime stories, no civilization. Language is the tool that built the world, and half the time we don't even know how it works. So what exactly is a language? Seems obvious, right? It's how people talk: words, letters, grammar, punctuation, maybe a few emojis if you're under 30. But that's like saying, a car is just 4 wheels. Writing, alphabets, and grammar are decorations on top of something much older. Here's a wild stat. There are roughly 7,000 languages on Earth, but only a few hundred have writing systems. That means most human communication has existed entirely out loud, never written down once. Writing is a late-game invention, basically DLC for speech. Language itself is sound, rhythm, and structure, the invisible pattern your brain follows every time your mouth opens. You could memorize every word in the dictionary and still sound like a malfunctioning robot, because words without grammar are just noise. Tree run fast yesterday cat means nothing. But your brain instinctively knows how to arrange meaning. Even if you've never studied grammar, you can hear when something's off. If someone says, "This is awesome car," you instantly flinch and mentally add, "and." Your inner spell checker screams without your permission. That instinct is language working under the hood. It's the operating system of the mind. And here's where it gets trippy. Every human has the same basic brain hardware, but each of us installs a slightly different software version. That's why our world ended up with 7,000 linguistic updates, each one a remix of the same human code. English 2.0, Arabic Pro Edition, Hindi Deluxe with extra verbs. So, how did we end up sounding so different if we're all built the same? Why don't we all speak one big global language? To answer that, we need to understand where languages come from. Imagine language like a massive family tree. Every tongue you know, English, Spanish, Hindi, Arabic, started as a dialect of some older language. Over generations, accents drifted, grammar mutated, and people eventually couldn't understand each other anymore. Boom, new language unlocked. For example, Arabic and Hebrew are linguistic cousins. Words like blood, king, and tongue sound surprisingly similar in both because they share a distant ancestor known as Proto-Semitic. It's a reconstructed language. No one's ever seen it written, but linguists reverse engineered it by comparing modern ones. Same idea in Europe. English, German, and Dutch all descend from Proto-Germanic, Spanish, French, and Italian from Latin, Hindi and Bengali from Sanskrit. Languages evolve exactly like species. One tribe splits into two, the groups drift apart, and after a few centuries, their speech becomes so different that translation is required. So yes, English and Hindi are technically related cousins, they just haven't been to the same family reunion in about 4,000 years. That constant mutation brings us to the real reason languages keep changing. Humans are brilliantly lazy. Scientists call it the principle of least effort, which is academic code for, we cut corners. If something's hard to say, our mouths will find a shortcut. Your tongue and throat are muscles, and they're allergic to hard work. Over time, difficult sounds get softened, long words get squished, and grammar quietly simplifies. It doesn't happen overnight, it takes generations, but little tweaks stack up until grandpa's language sounds ancient and cool and completely unreadable. Take sound softening. In every language there are letters that feel like doing push-ups. Eventually people drop them. In English, night used to be pronounced with a hard K and GH. Imagine saying, ku nig ht, too much effort. We murdered those sounds centuries ago and never looked back. Same with the T in often, technically optional, but who has the time? Another process is assimilation, when two sounds crash together and merge into one easier syllable. Did you becomes didya. Going to becomes gonna. At this rate, want to is halfway to wanna, and future archaeologists will think we worship the letter N. Words also love to merge. If a phrase is used constantly, it fuses. Goodbye started as God be with ye. Perhaps came from perhaps my favorite. Breakfast. It literally means break your fast. We turned a sentence into a snack. Meanings shift too. Slang proves it daily. Sick means awesome, literally means the opposite of literally, and bad sometimes means good. The English language is basically a chaotic group chat that never deletes old messages. And borrowing? Oh, we're professional thieves. English alone has stolen from more than 350 languages: pasta from Italian, safari from Swahili, algebra from Arabic, karaoke from Japanese. Every tongue is a patchwork quilt of human contact, trade, and memes that got out of hand. Isolation works the opposite way. When a group lives apart for long enough geographically or socially, their speech mutates faster. That's why mountain villages or island nations end up with accents so unique they might as well be new languages. Even inside cities, class and culture create mini dialects. The fishermen sound different from the bankers, teenagers different from grandparents. The less two groups talk, the faster their words drift apart. None of this is planned, it's just the side effect of being human. Every conversation slightly edits the code of our speech. Multiply that by billions of tongues across thousands of years, and you get the beautiful mess we call languages. What's crazy is how our brains still understand rhythm even when we break every rule. Language is elastic, it bends, never breaks. And while words die, new ones are born constantly. In 2024 alone, dictionaries added Riz, Doomscroll, and Delulu. 50 years from now, people will read our tweets the way we read Shakespeare, recognizable, but slightly cursed. So if change is inevitable, can a language ever be saved from extinction? Technically yes, but it's a fight against entropy. The best weapon humans ever invented for preservation is writing. As soon as people start recording grammar, printing stories, and teaching kids to read, a language slows its decay. Writing freezes speech long enough for future generations to catch the vibe of how it used to sound. Without writing, languages vanish as fast as the last speaker dies. With it, they live forever in paper, anyway. But here's the paradox: a frozen language is also a dead one. Latin, ancient Egyptian, Old English, they're preserved perfectly because nobody uses them anymore. Living languages must change. That's how you know they're alive. Think of it like a heartbeat. As long as slang keeps evolving, your language is still breathing. The day it stops changing is the day it's gone. So instead of mourning the evolution of speech, celebrate it. Every weird new word, every borrowed phrase, every meme that turns into a verb, that's proof humanity's still talking, still adapting, still alive.